we'll gather all the sheep from the pasture, pin them in these pens outside, bring them in the barn, allows them to avoid rain if there is any. We'll run the sheep up over here and up the ramp, and there's a small door in the corner of the barn over there that leads to the shearing floor.
Leg, and then it's coming up the neck, under the ear. Then as they come up the neck and into the shoulder, the shear will come up and around the head. Now we're moving into what we call the first shoulder. The first shoulder is cleaned up, and these blows will finish up at the top of the shoulder and up the neck. The shearer has turned the sheep into what's called the long blows, where the animal is laid down. These are some of the longest blows, blow being at each stroke. In this style, they're going all the way back from the hip to the head in the long blows. Now the shear is moving into the last side, so cleaning up around the head, and it's going to be coming down the neck. Now he'll shear from flank to flank, flank to flank again, and then all the way out the leg, cleaning up a little bit on the inside. This is just the final few blows on the sheep. Cleaning up, making sure to get all the tags in and around the leg. And then that fleece should be all kept together. James, after the sheep are shorn, they go through an exit hole or a port hole off underneath the shearing floor and are in the back pen. As we see now, these are the shorn sheep that are in the back. So talk about getting someone to learn how to shear. How long does it take to learn how to do this trade?
I imagine it would take you a good 2 years to get really proficient,
okay.
You know, because we use some 9-teeth on these, and they're pretty mean, but we shear them, you know, like nothing, but we've been doing it forever. But you know, it takes you a good 2 years to get really good at it, up to at least
2 years.
And that's it, a lot of practice.
Okay.
The level it is then. And there again, it's just a matter of making sure that you don't have a real bulging top to it that's oversized. So we open it up. You see that the box opens to where that you can actually get it out. There we go. Just put it right over here. There we go.
So lad, explain to us what we're doing at the beginning of the process here.
Blended. These guys are going through it. You know, you find all kinds of odd things. Hair, poly are all problems. Paint's a big issue. They're looking for paint as they lay this wool up. But
you guys look for some contaminants over there, and then that wool is brought over here with a skid steer and put into this contraption. What is this?
this is an open.
Yeah.
So it's got 3 different places where it's blended, and then it goes through that opener, gets the dirt out, and then it goes on to the scale.
All right, so lad, what do we have here?
This is the dirt that's coming out of the bottom of the openers. It's basically vegetable matter, short fiber, and dirt. Get that right there. Turn it.
All right, so tell us what we've got here, lad. This is the
first bowl.
The first bowl.
Yeah, it goes from opened up, just raw grease wool into this first bowl. And that water's anywhere from 170 to 180 degrees, and it gets soap added to it. So we're just trying, this bowl catches the majority of the dirt right here. So you're trying to knock the dirt and grease off as much as you can before it goes into another tank. You can see it's got the dunker in it. There's a screen right underneath those teeth, so that wool's going in about 1 foot deep, and it's just constantly moving forward. So each bowl has a press, and the clean water works its way in down here, what we call the rinse bowl.
So lad, we're on the 4th bowl here, and as you mentioned before, the water coming out of this last bowl Now, it's pretty clear. There's not a whole lot left there.
No, you don't want a whole lot left here.
So we're at the end of the scouring train. That wool's got to be dried.
Yes.
What do we got here?
That's a big, all that is a hot air dryer.
All right, so this is wool coming out of the dryer. What do we do now before it needs to be rebaled?
Well, before we bale it, it'll come out. That's your moisture meters right there that's touching it. It'll keep a control on how much heat the dryer needs to make sure it's wet enough, dry enough, whatever.
Wool came in bales and goes out in bales. So
that's right.
Is this the last stage for you?
This is the last stage. As it comes down, we'll bale it. Those bales will average 630 to 650. Every bale that comes out, we core it and do our own moisture and grease test on it. And then it's put on the scale, weighed, written down. There's a cover put over it, and then it's moved to the warehouse and waits for a truck.